Good morning. So yesterday was a huge launch day. I got lots of shadows on here. Hold on one second. Lots of new products and new collections. So if you're not familiar with Unique, every March and August we get new collections, which means that they're really discounted collections that they have put together. So, and I have on my Luck of the Irish hat, which will stay on throughout the month till we hit green. Hey, Erin. So I'm going to talk to you today because many of you have seen the launch for the new makeup foundation stick, and I don't have mine yet. It's ordered, but it's not in my hand. So I want to focus on the collections until it gets in my hands, because I think talking about it and showing it are completely two different things. I'm so excited to get it, but it's not in my hands, so I can't show it to you. So I'm going to show you this, because last night when I said I was going to go live, hey Melissa, I hashtagged come hither, because that's what this collection is called. And my friend Jess said when she first read it, she read it as come hit her, because when you put it all together, you could read it that way. So it's not come hit her. We don't want to talk about any kind of abuse. In fact, that's what we're all about against. But we do want to talk about the collection. So this one's come hither. I'm going to show you this because I want you to see that cute little purple bag. So if you've ever gotten any of the collections before, there was a black bag, which I absolutely loved. Hey, Alex. But come hither. I know, come hit her. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta take this off because I'm hot. It's really humid today. It's not hot. It's just humid because it's raining. So anyway, so we're gonna do come hither, not come hit her, which includes the foundation exactly green. Do you have on green today, Alex? Hey, Lori. The foundation, a splash lipstick. I always want to say splurge, but it's splash. One of the addiction palettes that you get to pick. So there's 5. I'll show you all 5 of them in a minute. A eyeliner pencil. Seems like I'm forgetting something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that's it. So I'm going to talk to you about these individually, but I got to put on some other stuff to get me to that point. So also, if you have seen any of my posts, I'm throwing things on the floor. The kudos this month is our Flawless 4, which includes the primer, the concealer, the foundation, and either the setting powder or setting spray. Oh yeah, you should wear orange. I don't have any. I'll have to look and see if I have orange. Yeah, we could combo it out. Anyway, so I got to put on some face primer. One of my favorite things. I wear face primer even when I don't wear makeup. Because seals over your pores, keeps all the nasty stuff from the world getting into your pores. It seals over. I know most of you don't have the experience lines that I do, but it seals over. I have this really deep one here because I evidently frown a lot. I didn't know I did. Evidently I do. It seals those over. It doesn't make them go away. It doesn't hide them per se, but it keeps the makeup from settling down in it. So you can get that in the Kudo bundle. But we're really talking about Come Hither collection. So one of the things in the Come Hither collection, which is also in the Kudo bundle, is our liquid foundation. And if you know me at all, you know this and Epic are my 2 favorite products. Make sure you empty out. It's an eyedropper. Make sure you empty it out, shake it up. Because good makeup separates. You want it to separate. If it's not separating, excuse me, then you are putting stuff on your face you don't want on your face. So I had too much coffee this morning, I think. Liquid foundation brush has a hole in it that you can put the concealer in and then apply the concealer and the foundation at the same time, which is what I like to do. So I am told by those who already have the stick, because our Black Status presenters got the foundation stick at the Black Status retreat, that it is amazing and awesome, and that it's their new favorite product. So, and then last night, Megan, one of our black status, did the foundation stick first and then the liquid foundation. And let me tell you, it covered up pretty much everything. Not pretty much, it did cover everything. So, in Come Hither, which you can take any way you want, except come hither. It's pretty funny, actually, now that I think about it. Excuse me a sec. Let me just make sure I got it all covered. So what's everybody doing Saturday morning or Saturday, or probably most of y'all have kid activities. So then one of my other favorite products is our setting powder. And you know, you can choose to apply this when and where you want. It really does just set, but because I have oily skin, always apply it all over as soon as I apply my foundation, and it just helps set it. Watching Frozen. Well, somebody said we're supposed to get snow like this week. Have you heard that, Erin? Because like I'm ready to jump ship, like really jump ship. So the foundation powder, you can also get, if you have drier skin, you might prefer the foundation or the setting spray. I like them both. I use them both, but if I had to pick, I would pick the powder. Do you have it memorized? I'm sure you do. Oh, Lori Clark, I'm just gonna hurt you. I should have taken you to Missouri with me. I went to see the kids and say, you know, my kids are kind of pressuring me to move back there now that I can work from anywhere. And I decided on purpose to go when the weather was not so great, so that I could decide if I could really live there again, because they get lots of snow, and the older I get, the less I like it. Wait just a second, I have to go back. I have heard that. I'm ignoring it, yes. I bet she does. It's snowing here. Oh, so Pennsylvania's good. How much snow do you have, Melissa, this morning? Oh my goodness. Well, I went to Missouri. They've had the worst winter that they've had. Like, it was the third most snowfall ever, 2 days after I got there. I said God was really testing me because, like, you know, I guess my girlfriend there said, well, you wanted to see if you could tolerate winters or not. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't want to see it that bad. So they had, like, depended on who you listen to, 16 or 18 inches. I think it was 45. Just kidding. I hate winters. I hate ever since I had never loved them since being an adult, but after I lived in the Middle East for 2 years, I got really used to the heat, so I'm much more of a heat girl than I am. And then, so it snowed, then it iced, then it snowed again. Everybody in Missouri was blaming me for bringing it because I said I wanted to test out my survival skills again. May or may not have been true, although it quit snowing when I left, and it was nasty when I got here. So, I don't know. I'm saying no. So just putting on a little brows because I need them, and because I'm having an open house today, and so I have to leave the house for a while. Oh, about 5 inches over. I'm so blind. I'm sorry. I absolutely hate snow. It's too cold for me. Yeah, you know, I even do okay with snow if it's at least, you know how like when the day after it snows and then it's really pretty and sunny? That I think is pretty, as long as I don't mind it so much now that I don't have to go to work outside of the house. because like many of you are considered essential personnel, so you always had to go to work no matter what. I really have done a not so bang up job on these brows this morning. I'm trying, Lori. It's been on the market a bit. My mistake was, you know, I've been way overbuilt for me, for my size. And it's one of the more expensive houses. I'm not trying to brag, but because it was stupid on my part in the neighborhood, so that's an issue. I'm just trying to see if I can get it sold, then I'll decide what I'm doing. But I don't need this big of a house, as you know. For those of you who don't know, I moved from DC in a 900 900 square foot condo for 15 years, which, reality be told, was plenty, because I worked 14 and 16 hours a day and I didn't need anything bigger. But when I got out and the prices were so much cheaper in North Carolina, I went a little psycho, as in I have a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom house with 2 dogs and me. And 2 dogs that weigh 6 pounds together. Like, collectively, they weigh 6 pounds. Oh, I need to sell mine as well. Well, it helps my neighbors, a realty lady, so that made it a little bit easier. But, I mean, just to do it. All right, I meant to put this on before. So I'm putting on eye primer, and we're going to get to the actual Come Hither products. But eye primer, all of our pressed shadows come with eye primer in it, so they already really cling on and hang on and will last all day long. I put it on because I have really dark eyelids. I've always had really dark eyelids. So I like the added coverage, for lack of a better word, because it's skin tone basically. And sometimes I'll just put on eye primer and go out that way with a little Epic. But I like to let it dry just a little bit, because otherwise your colors are, you know, they're going to be as vibrant, because it grabs on all that color, and sometimes I want to be able to blend it a little bit more. So if you let it dry just a little bit and let it get tacky, for lack of a better word, then you have a little bit more control on how deep your colors are. So in the collection, so you get the foundation, obviously your color of choice, and then you get one of the addiction palettes, and like I said, there's 5. So I'm going to show you all 5, but I'm going to use 3. So this is 3. It's a lot of purpley colors. I'm going to use that. But this is 1. Actually, I think this was in the kit. I don't know if it still is or not. I have to look. They just changed the kit yesterday too, so I'm catching up. I think now there's 4 pressed shadows and not one of the addiction palettes. But this was in the kit when I started. So those are more goldy brown colors. 2 is more silverly, I'm making up words this morning, slaty kind of colors. I love them all, and honestly, I use them all intermittently. I usually travel with these because they're easier, and these are really good palettes if you're just learning to use multiple colors, because you don't know how to put colors together. Although there is no right or wrong, you know, you can just put whatever colors you want together. But if you don't know, these help, because this is 4. I really like that navy in there. This is 5. This is the most vibrant kind of colors. But honestly, if you use a fluff brush, I was scared to death to use this. It actually is one of my favorite, because if you use a fluff brush, which I'll show you, and just put a little, maybe I'll show you what I do with it. So this is a fluff brush, and it's really called a blending brush. I call it a fluff brush because it's fluffy. And it's great for blending, but it's also great for not putting tons and tons and tons of, sorry, I just got a message that I was confused by. It helps you not get as much on there at once, because it's always better to start with a little bit and add, because trying to take it off is usually pretty difficult. So I'm going to start, I always like to use kind of a basic muted color on my eyes first and just cover the lids. So I'm going to start with this one right here. It's called Smitten. And I am going to use a fluff brush because I just, excuse me, want it to cover the whole lid, but I don't want, like, it's going to be the base and so what word I want, determine kind of the layers and how dark the rest of the colors are. But I don't necessarily want a whole lot of it on. Yeah, the combo brush, yes, it's awesome, isn't it? So one of the new, with the, which is not part of this, but we'll talk about it anyway. So the big thing that I can't wait to get is the foundation stick. If you haven't seen the videos of people covering up their tattoos, it's, if you have to cover your tattoo to go to work, which I know some people do, it's awesome. I've had, actually that's been my sales so far, much more so than people doing it for foundation. I'm doing it for foundation. But anyway, it's pretty awesome. The brush, the kabuki brush that you can get with that. I'm waiting on mine. I just ordered them yesterday, so I can't be too impatient, right? Let's see, what color am I going to use next? I think I'm going to use Flip It, which is this one right here, because I'm feeling a bit flippant today. And I'm just going to kind of first brush this on again with the blending brush, just to get a light coat on. And then I'm going to go back in and add more in a bit. So if y'all will be so kind to share this video, I greatly appreciate it. So I have a little bit on, but not a lot. You'll see my eye here crumples weird, the way my wrinkles are. So I always have to do a little bit extra. If you have hooded eyes, which means that when you close your lids, or set it totally backwards, when you open your eyes, you can't see your eyeshadow, then you're going to want to go up a little bit above your crease so that you can still see your shadow when your eyes are open. And I am now going to take what is the crease brush and use Cheeky. Where are you? I'm having trouble today. Cheeky. So it's just like a tone darker. And I'm just going to put it out here in the corner. And it gives you just a little bit of like a winged eye effect, but with shadow instead of liner, because you don't want to see my winged eyeliner. I have a girl on my team, Emily, if she's on here, who I'm pretty sure could do winged eyeliner in her sleep. She's pretty phenomenal with it. Then I'm just going to bring that dark a little bit into my crease. I'm not adding any product. I'm just taking what's already on my brush and what's on my eye and smearing it over a little bit. And then I'm going to go back to the fluff brush. You can't see what I'm doing. This is a little, it's like a really hard sponge, almost sandpapery feeling. You can get them off of Amazon. I think they're like $1 a piece. But in between shadows, if you want to get the other color off, then just go in between those. So you're not just re-putting other shadows on, unless you want to. I mean, sometimes you want to do that, but in general you don't. But only use those in between. You should still clean your brushes at least once a week so you don't get eye infections. All right, I'm going to move the comments just for a minute because I'm having trouble seeing up here. So if you comment, I may not see it for a sec. And then, you know, you will find how you like to blend it. because you basically just want to take off the really stark lines at the edges. And then I'm going to go back in with really our cream shadow brush, but obviously all these brushes you can use how you want. Hopefully you can kind of see it's kind of flat. It's great for the cream shadows, but it's also really good for putting extra color on your lids. I wet it with our setting spray. I'm going to go back to Smitten, which is what we started with on, as I'm throwing things around. Let me just get that. Wetting it helps kind of make it more foiled, more and you want to just, once it's wet, which I will admit is one of my downfalls, it's always just really natural for me to just pat it like a brush. I mean, blend it, you know, and you really want to just pat it so that you're getting that concentrate of the shadow. And then you can blend it out. So again, you just don't want, you want to be able to see the different colors, excuse me, but you don't want to make it look like a, and you can see I got a little bit too much over here, so it's harder to take off than it is to put on. So this is pure practice, and I still need a lot of practice. Sometimes I do better with blending than others. All right, so that's Addiction Palette 3. So we've done 2 of the 5 things that come in the collection. And then the eyeliner pencil, which I show you this because I use this black one almost every day. This is the real length of when you get them. And I've used this for over a year, so that tells you how long it stays or lasts. I'm just going to sharpen it a bit. I'm going to put eyeliner, my tight line it, and my waterline. Because I have hooded eyes, I love eyeliner, but I very seldom put it on my upper lid because it just takes up more space. So I tightline it and waterline it. Alrighty, third piece. So the fourth piece is the 3D fiber lashes, and I'm going to tell you some secrets, and I'm going to tell you what I do. This comes in, Unique is just a little over 6 years old, and this was the product that got them going. So in this little pouch, you will get fibers and gel. And then, so it's basically gel, fibers, gel. And then you just keep building till you get as much length and fibers as you want. I tend to be purely honest, the comments are right on my face on the way I'm looking at it. So if I miss your comment, I will comment later or respond later. Today I'm gonna do it like it comes. I'm gonna tell you that most days I use the Epic mascara instead of the gel. And this is driving me nuts because I didn't get it smoothed out well. Because all you really need is something wet, right, to hold under the fibers. So, but there's a couple tricks when you're putting on the fibers. So the other thing is when you get the gel, is this the gel? I can't read this one, yeah. When you get the gel, it basically looks like a mascara wand. It looks dry. Rub it over your hand and make sure that you've got enough gel on there. And sometimes you gotta just pump it a little bit. See, it's just black. And in some ways it'll give you color immediately because it's gel. I'm sorry. I'm looking down in a magnifying mirror because I'm so dang blind, even with my contacts in, and you see things that you missed when you get in the magnifying mirror. All right, so, and because I was talking, I didn't even do this right. So you want to put the fibers on as soon as you put the gel on, because it needs to be wet to grab on. So you can see a little bit of difference. Now, this is brand new. I just opened this morning because I have been using, see all those fibers? Sometimes people don't like these when they first start using them because there's so many fibers. So here's a couple tricks. First, rub the wand onto your arm, hand, wherever, and pack as many as you can. You're still not going to pack them all when it's a new one because there's just tons of them. And then again, you need to do it in a time that, you know, it's wet. And I'm going to zoom in here in a minute in my eyes so you can see. Maybe I am. I can never do this on this one. All right. So you can see a little bit. The next trick is put the gel back on. So that basically just sets the fibers, and you will still have some that will fall out at that point. And then probably one of the most important tricks in my eyes is the blow dryer. Put the blow dryer on high, blow dry your eyes for just like 10 to 15 seconds. Make sure it's on low. Does two things, and this works even with the Epic mascara. It works with mascara. A, it's going to curl up your lashes. B, it's going to blow off all of the fibers that didn't adhere, and then it sets them for the next round. Even with contacts on, that doesn't really bother me. So I'm just going to stay on my right eye and do another coat, because for me, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to make them really pop. You know what I mean? Some of my customers wear fibers every day. I tend to only wear them if I really am going to go do something, or I really want my eyes to pop. My lashes have gotten extremely thin. They're still fairly long. But every time you bring that wand out of the fibers, make sure you smash it in every time, because each time you're pulling out new ones. And as you can see right now, because this is a new tube, I didn't press it down as much as I should have, and they're falling off. But that's okay. There's plenty in there. And then seal it off again with the gel. Hopefully you can see the difference. All right, and I'm gonna blow dry it one more time. And then I'm gonna stop there, and I'm gonna do my other eye when I get off, because you guys have been on camera for so long. And then the fifth thing that comes in the collection is any of our splashes. I think I'm looking at mine. I don't want to give you a number. 19, 25, I don't know. There's a lot of splashes. I have them all. That's why I was kind of looking. That go from nude. So you get to pick your color on this too. I'm just picking Spontaneous because it's purpley, and I put on purples. But when, so two things, and I'm not seeing what I want to show you. I very frequently with, sorry, I will sometimes put this on with a lip brush. So you can see it comes out with lots of product on it, and I try to get most of it off. It also comes with kind of a wand. It's got a tip on there. So your choice on whether you use liner or not. You can actually use this as a liner. I very seldom use liners unless I'm trying to do a completely different, you know, two-tone look kind of thing. But got so quiet. You can see, you can line it out. I'm really loud sometimes, I think. Can you see that? Guess not. Sorry about that. So most of the splashes dry to a matte. So you can put gloss on if you want, if you don't want the matte. But tricks with the splash, I always do that, splash. Number one, let it dry for 10 minutes before you do anything to it. That way it has set, and so don't drink, don't, you know, add gloss, don't do anything, just let it dry for 10 minutes. Then if you really want it to stay on all day long, then there's a couple of other tricks which I didn't do. You can take a liner and fill in your lips completely before you add the splash, and that will help it stay on even longer. And if you really, like if I'm going somewhere like a nice dinner or something and I want it to stay on the entire dinner, then you can take the setting powder and just hold a Kleenex up over it. Let's see if I have one. This is paper towel, but you'll get the idea. So just hold it up and do this through the Kleenex. Paper towel's too thick to show you really, but that's all you want to do is hold the Kleenex up. That'll get your setting powder on there. You don't taste it, you know, it's nothing in it. It doesn't change the color. All of our setting powder, well not all, but that setting powder is translucent, so doesn't change color. So I talked a lot. In the collection is foundation, obviously color match to you. One of the 5 addiction palettes, and we used this one, 3. This is number 3. The Epic, wrong name, 3D mascara, the pencil liner, color of your choice, and splash, color of your choice. It's normally $157 if you bought everything individually. I think it's $135 is what I'm remembering. Don't kill me if that's wrong, but it's around that spot. I'm still learning the new ones that just came out yesterday. So thanks for joining me. Please share. I'm going to finish this eye so I don't look too funky, and I will be posting a lot. Team is going for green this month, which means we need to sell lots of kudos too. So we'll talk about the kudos tomorrow, as well as hopefully with the weekend, I don't know. Hopefully by the end of next week, I'll have the stick foundation, which I hear is phenomenal. So have a great rest of your Saturday. Wish me luck and say good things, thoughts, prayers, whatever you believe for my open house, please. And the leprechaun will be back tomorrow. Top of the day to ya.